peace, wholeness, love, and light. Hello, everyone. I am Nudiamonds here with a lunar eclipse blood moon in Virgo energy reading. Okay, I hope everyone out there is doing well. I'm just burning some Palo Santo to make sure my energy is clear, uplifted. Okay, let's cleanse your energy. Some Palo Santo. Okay. Wow, just seeing the halo, these is making circles. I don't know if you guys can see that. Wow. It's like this new cycle, this clearing energy that is here. And I feel like with this blood moon, okay, a lot of things are going to be revealed. Okay, that's what this, for those who don't know, what got me into astrology was one, remembering the way of the ancestors, okay? The way the ancestors used to travel and navigate the seas, where they would look at the stars. They didn't have maps. They didn't have GPS. They didn't have these phones we have, okay? They had the stars. They used that as a navigation system, especially at night, because in the daytime it's easy. Okay, I see the sun. I know the sun rises on the east, it sets on the west. Okay, I can kind of follow that depending on what part of the world I'm in. But at night, how are you gonna know? Okay, Polaris, but that's different. You know, if you're in the middle of the ocean, you can't always see Polaris, the North Star, right? So that's one. That's one way. Like I said, getting tapped back in with the ancestors. Number two was this blood moon. Okay. I was not a believer in astrology till I encountered my first blood moon, till I was starting to get into the astrology. And then I'll never forget, it was a blood moon. And during this time, baby, I'll never forget, it was a blood moon in Scorpio. And there was a lot of things coming up from the depths, the deep depths of the past that needed to be highlighted, needed to be illuminated, and needed to be revealed, right? So that is what got me into astrology, was the experiences I had. That experience I had on that blood moon changed my life forever. Okay, about 2 weeks later, I locked my hair. It was that transformational, okay? And it freed me. It was something that came in, eclipsed. Something that came in, revealed itself fast. Then things were eclipsed. That weight from my childhood, from that past, was eclipsed. That trauma from my past childhood, I'm going to keep it real. All right, I'm not about to hide. I'm not about to, oh, something that happened. No, it was some past childhood trauma that I didn't want to deal with, that came up and it was right in my face and I had to deal with. And once I faced my fears, because it was time, it was divine intervention, just so happened to be a blood moon, then I was set free. And so many things, so much abundance poured in. After that, I got to do my first concert. I got confirmation that I was doing this big event in San Francisco for my jewelry. All right, got to do my first concert. I got to vend at my first concert. I'm saying this like y'all know me, but y'all don't fully know my background, right? I make jewelry, okay? And I make crystal jewelry, wire wrapped jewelry, sell crystals, all of that. So I had applied for the Outside Lands concert, and I also applied for this huge market in San Francisco. And right after I released this inner trauma, I want to say, 6 to 12 hours later, I got confirmation that I was doing both. And it was such a transformative moment, because I was crying all day due to me finally facing my fears and releasing trauma. Then it turned from tears of sadness to tears of joy. And it made me more closer with the awe, like, wow, you know, you are real. Like, I know you real, but like, dang, that turnaround happened so fast. Me eclipsing that out of my life, me facing my fears, me addressing this trauma that I have not addressed and dealing with it and facing it head on with confidence, with bravery. I was shaking in my boots. I was scared. I was nauseous. I was falling out crying, but I still faced my fears, and that sigh of relief, me listening to my inner child, because my inner child was crying out for help. And my inner child was heard, and I let her speak. I freed my inner child that day. And I'll never forget. All right. It happened on the blood moon. All right, you guys. So, yeah. There's going to be life-changing experiences when it comes to this lunar eclipse blood moon. This is the start of the transformation. This is the start, the initiating of this built up, boiled up energy that some of us may have been feeling. Okay. It's a full moon in Virgo. All right. So full moons is all about releasing, letting go, not holding on to things, and surrendering, letting go, releasing. Okay. That way you can free yourself, something coming to a head, something being full, right? A full moon. After it's full, it releases, it goes into that waning, right? After this buildup of this climax, the waxing, right? It becomes full. Then it goes into the waning, it cycles. So this is a huge cleansing, huge purging, a huge releasing of an old cycle to tap into a new cycle, okay? And like I said, it's a lunar eclipse, okay? Lunar eclipse meaning that it's on the elliptical, okay? We're going into spring. This is the beginning of spring now, right? And eclipse, all right? Things being eclipsed out of your life, things leaving in a flash. This could happen in a flash. This could be something that you see that happens over a course of time, because eclipses last up to 6 months, minimum 6 months. I like to say minimum 6 months because you may see something immediately. You may not see something until later. Okay. Then that Virgo's all about the health, the health, the health, the health. Okay. The mental health. How are you mentally? The physical health. How are you physically? Are you able? Are you willing? Are you able? How are you emotionally? Okay. Mentally grounding yourself, emotionally grounding yourself, physically grounding yourself. How are you spiritually, health-wise, spiritual health? All right. Are you connected with the all? Do you have a relationship with the Most High? And that's you and that's your business, right? You and the Most High have your own relationship. Okay. And then sexual health, right? And sexual health doesn't always mean sex, being sensual, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, pampering yourself, right? That sensuality, dancing, being in the flow, just loving on yourself and loving a partner if you have someone that you can trust. If you're in a committed relationship, if you married, all right? This is all about working on all aspects of yourself, every layer, okay? Every layer. And I say that because eclipse, especially a blood moon eclipse, is basically when the sun is shining, but the earth is blocking the sunshine for the full moon to see the light. So it casts a shadow and it illuminates the moon, and the moon looks red, aka blood moon. Why they call it a blood moon. Now, when I think of blood, I think of our blood and our veins, our DNA. All right. The structure, the cells, circulation, detoxing, genetics. Okay. There's a lot that is here with this blood moon, and the moon represents cultivation, the generation, the ancestors, the mother, the water, the emotions, the intuition. All right. And then it makes me think of that flow, the blood flow, the water flow. So getting in flow, getting in tune with yourself during this Pisces season. Okay. There's a lot that is being revealed, and it's up to us on how we analyze things and take action on things during this time. But health will be the main thing. Okay, that's the theme of this year. We had North Node, South Node shift into Pisces and shift into Virgo. So this is all about following your soul, following your spirit to tap into that desire to nourish your soul and nourish your spirit. And past health things may come up. Health, mental health, spiritual health, like I said, all layers of health. Health isn't just about what you're eating, physical health, right? There's a multitude of different layers of health. All right. And that's going to be the theme. All right. Okay. And also that intuition too, that being mindful of your intuition, listening to that, honing in on that energy. So you can continue to tap in with the Most High. All right. Yeah, and this moon is also called a worm moon. This full moon is called the worm moon. In the traditional almanac, like I said, the way the ancestors, shout out to the ancestors, shout out to the ascended masters, shout out to the angels that protect us, shout out to the Most High, okay? And our spirit guides that protect us and guide us and keep us strong and remind us, okay, that we are not on this journey alone. There are other people that paved the way for us. We are just being handed the baton at this time to keep that voice alive, keep that message alive, the way of the ancestors. How did the ancestors do it? Come on now. And they believed that this was called the worm moon. Now they called it the worm moon due to it being winter, because we're still in winter season. But like I said, this is the shift into spring, coming up out, the resurrection, going into that spring, the equinox on the equator facing the sun. So now that the sun is coming in, getting a little sunshine, that mud, that soil is starting to unthaw, right? And the worms are starting to come out of the soil. They're starting to move again. We're starting to see signs of life and creation again. And the worms are, they're everything. All right. The worms now, spirit got me going back to my childhood again. I used to be so afraid of worms. I used to have a bunny rabbit. All right. I used to have a white bunny rabbit, and I love my bunny rabbit dearly. Just so happened I called him Hermit. All right. Not knowing esoteric meaning for hermit. But I named him Hermit because I always thought of Kermit the Frog. And I was like, he's Hermit the Hare, Hermit the Rabbit, right? All white. And I would have to clean his cage. Now, I used to go in the backyard, hose his cage down. And every time I would hose his cage down, there would be so many worms that would come up out the soil, and I would freak out. Okay. I was a little kid. I was immature. I was afraid of insects, ants. That's how I was raised, honestly. My mom was petrified of insects, so I became petrified of insects. I didn't like ants. I didn't like mosquitoes. I didn't like spiders. I didn't like worms, okay? Now, and that's how I'm like, okay, I matured so much because, and then my kids, going back to the kids, that inner child, my kids be like, Mommy, don't kill that spider. So now when I see spiders, I carefully place them on a napkin or something and I take them outside. All right. Shout out to all my day one. Shout out to all of the Soul Tribe. You guys seen when I had those caterpillars, 2 caterpillars that came out my corn. All right, 2 worms that came out my corn. I had a green worm and a yellow worm that came out of my corn. And I was afraid, but then I remembered, wait a minute, this is abundant. And I heard, okay, I heard through the grapevine, if it's worms in your food, if it's worms in the soil, that means it's nutrition there. That's what you want. If the worms want it, I want it. If the bugs want it, I want it. That means it's nutrition rich. A lot of nutrition, right? And worms do so much to the soil. They oxidize the soil because they're moving in it. They're moving that foundation, getting things moving. They also eat the toxic things that are in the soil and help raise the good nutrient dense part of the soil to the top, right? What else do worms do? I wrote everything down. They break down waste in the soil, signs of good, healthy soil, good roots. And then in this modern day, people like to call worms soil scientists, which I thought was pretty cool. All right. Soil scientists getting down to the root to solve the problem, getting down to the root to uproot toxicity. All right. Oxidating the soil, improving the structure, right? That foundation. And to help and move healthy soil to the top. Drainage. All right. So draining the negativity, draining the swamp, right? And then also when I think of worms, going back to health, detoxing parasitic worms, parasitic entities, right? Come on now, let's go there. We about to get, this is about to be this is about to be a good old read, y'all, okay? I'm about to be dropping a little bit of knowledge. I've been sitting on this, and I got a lot of intuitive messages, and yeah, so detoxing, fasting, shout out to Soul Tribe. We on our 3rd week of our detox, and I'm feeling really good. I know you guys are feeling really good. A shout out to everybody that's detoxing, whether it is Lent, whether it is for Christianity, whether it's for Muslim, Islam, Ramadan, okay, due to you getting closer to Allah. And if you're just fasting and detoxing just because you want to cleanse your system, just because you want to tap into discipline, you don't have to be a part of any religion to detox, okay? Just to cleanse, just to have discipline for yourself. All right? Okay. I said cleansing, purifying, right? Also made me think of wormwood, right? Because we are in a snake year and it's a wood snake year. So wormwood kept popping up, which I thought was very interesting, right? So this right here is technically when the new year starts. This is the beginning of this energy fully cultivating that 9 year, right? The real New Year's is when the sun goes back into spring. That's that resurrection. Okay. But then I said, this is all about detoxing and purging. Okay. Then I said snakes, right? Snakes can be seen as from 2 different aspects. Snakes can be seen as a form of enlightenment. Okay. Like I said, the dancing snake, the snake charmer, the enlightened snake, right? Shedding of the skin, a new cycle. That 8, okay, that balance, that power, that enlightenment, that transformation. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, right? Or they can be seen as sneaky, conniving, trickster, on your belly, this lower vibrational entity, energy, okay? So it's all about what perspective you're looking at it from. That's going to be the energy that you're cultivating at this time. All right. Whatever you put attention to, that's what you charge up. So this goes back to if you're angry and you're focused on being angry. Oh, I'm mad. Oh, I'm not letting that go. Oh, you're going to stay in that energy. versus, you know what, I'm going to let it go. All right, the spilled milk is spilled. It is what it is. I'm about to shift my vibration and I'm about to tap into this happy, loving, peaceful, joyous energy, right? And that's the vibration that you're on. So it's all about your mind. It's all about emotional intelligence and tapping into that energy and being aware at this time, being conscious at this time of everything. Ooh, my ears are itching. Okay. All right. So yeah, that was the worm moon. And they also called it the sugar moon. The ancestors called it the sugar moon due to the tree sap pouring out, the maple trees for the maple syrup. They will start to pour out and seep, like I said, due to that sun hitting our atmosphere, hitting the earth, and warming things up a little bit. Like I said, so things are starting to heat up, things are starting to be illuminated. And yeah, I love it. I love this time because a lot of things are revealed. Okay. This is also happening on 3/13 at night. Okay, so I want to say it's happening around 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and around 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It depends on where you're at in the world. I know I have people who watch me from Africa, from Kenya. Shout out to my Kenya watchers. Shout out to my African. Shout out to my Brazilian. Shout out to my Spain. Shout out to the globe. Shout out to the international followers and supporters and subscribers that I have. I love y'all dearly, but this energy will be hitting everyone differently. But it will be starting on the 13th and going into the 14th. So this is the start. Even as the moon is in this energy, it is transforming and going into a new energy, going into a new day. All right. And it's happening at night. All right. But that 313, the 313 popped up throughout the whole thing. Okay, y'all, when I be channeling my messages, I just be writing certain notes, but the 313 kept popping up. That 3-3 kept popping up. Okay, we are in the third month on this Gregorian calendar, and 3 was very prominent. Okay, 3 is all about the Trinity, the mind, body, and soul, the spirit. Getting in divine alignment to be with the Most High, be one with the Most High. Past, present, future. Okay, things changing. And also that 13 is a divine number. Like I said, it's all about how you want to look at it. Some people say 13 is bad luck. I don't think it's bad luck. Okay, I was born on the 13th. I'm not bad luck. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay, 13 moon cycles. On the Last Supper, it was 13 people, the 12 disciples plus Jesus, Yahshua. The 13 crystal skulls, okay? The 13 turtle shells, 13 blotches on the turtle shell that represents Turtle Island, which represents America. This is all what the natives, indigenous people used to do. So yeah, I don't see 13 as being a bad number. And then if you break down the 1 and the 3, 1 is self, 3 is that Trinity, 3 is the mind, okay, communicating with yourself. Then you add that up, that makes 4. And 4 is that foundation. 4 is divine feminine energy. So it's this divine essence energy that is here that is helping us transform and tap into our higher selves, okay? Also from going within and alchemizing that inner child to go to higher heights at this time. Okay. All right. What else did I put? All right. Now I could deep dive into the notes for real. Cause that's just the full moon in Virgo, the worm moon, the blood moon, the lunar eclipse. That's just the title, y'all. We ain't even deep dive into the notes for real. Okay. But, I said that this will be a time where we are illuminating health. All right. That full moon in Virgo is all about illuminating your health. And we are in Pisces season. So this may be hidden things to do with the health that is coming up to the surface at this time. And I'm, woo, this is happening right now for me, right now. All right. A lot of people in my family are suffering from health issues. I'm pretty sure you guys have family, relative, friends that are suffering from some type of health issue as well. So, yeah, just remember to tap into being as healthy as possible during this time and continue to shine your light. All right, that's how you illuminate things in the dark. You be still in that darkness and you become one with the darkness, and then you illuminate. You become the light, okay? All right. So I said hidden things in the bloodline, hidden things with the family, family issues, bloodline issues coming to the surface. All right. Whether this, I said like clockwork. All right. Mental, physical, emotional, sexual, and spiritual health issues. So be aware of these things. And like I said, on a positive note, you could be elevating. All right. The generational curse and the generational cure. Okay. So like I said, detoxing that parasitic energy, that lower vibrational energy, having discipline when it comes to feeding the flesh. All right. That's what all of this detoxing is about, to get closer to the Most High. All right. But you have to have a sense of structure, a sense of discipline. And one thing I noticed about the Most High, about Source, is that it loves discipline. You want to know why it loves discipline? Because we're in the realm of free will. We can do whatever we want. Stay with me. I say this because even though I say I'm disciplined, even though I say I'm detoxing, I can go eat a piece of cake. I can go have a piece of chocolate. I can go have a big ass 32-ounce steak in the midst of me detoxing, because I'm in the realm of free will. But in the realm of free will, when you show discipline for the Most High, that you won't let certain things have control over your flesh, you get rewards like that. And I notice a testimony here. Every time I detox, there is so much abundance that comes in mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Okay. That's like the abundance magnet is detoxing. That I'm giving y'all a gem right now. Every time I detox, abundance pours in, more gifts come in, clarity come in. Now, how I started to channel and tap into prophetic messages, I went on a juice fast, just fresh pressed juice for 40 days, right? I'll never forget. Because I was doing it every year during winter to tap into the ancestor energy. Because I said, wow, it's winter, it's dead winter. The ancestors didn't have any food. They were going in hibernation. I'm going to tap in with the way of the ancestors. And I fast every December. I do this every year. This year was the 4th year. And shout out to Soul Tribe because they did it with me. But yeah, like I said, this was my 4th year. And last year I did it for 40 days because I was like, you know what? The year before that, I did it for 28 days. I did it for 30 days. I did it for 33 days. And I was like, okay, we might as well go to 40, right? And wow, when I came out of that detox, I'm getting chills. When I came out of that detox, I'll never forget. I heard something say, there is a storm coming. And I was like, it's sunny. It's sunny outside. What is going on? Why am I hearing there's a storm coming? I'm like, okay, this may be a spiritual storm. Spirit said, no, Diamond, there is a physical storm coming. Tell your family right now. And I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me go tell my family that the storm is coming. It was the voice of God. It was a voice of the Most High. It was something outside of me telling me that a storm was coming, even though it was sunny outside. And I was like, all right. So I tell my family, hey, you guys. And they had inclination that I was tapping into my spiritual gifts. They knew I was detoxing for 40 days. So they knew I was being cleansed and getting more in tune with the Most High, right? So when I told them, hey, you guys, a storm is coming, it's, we need to prepare. We need to get water. We need to get food. We need to get certain things. They did not question me at all. They was like, okay. So yeah, everybody went out, got their things. 3 days later, one of the biggest storms in California hit. Okay. This is what they called it, an atmospheric river cyclone bomb. That's when we had the first one. It reached up to, I believe, 80-mile-per-hour winds, which is technically on the East Coast a hurricane, a Category 1 hurricane. And it flooded all of the Bay. It flooded San Francisco. It flooded San Jose. It flooded Oakland. It flooded Richmond. One of the biggest storms. And the eye of the storm was, right? Very, very interesting. And I'll never forget the looks on my family members' faces when the news started to give out warnings for the storm. They just looked at me. They were like, that's when my family knew. They was like, oh, she's a prophet. They was like, oh, she tapped. My brother was like, you tapped in. My mom was like, you a prophet. You got the gift of prophecy. And they haven't doubted my gifts ever since. Now it's been some, it's been some things. But all in all, they know that I have a gift due to this detox that got me closer to the Most High, got me closer to my gifts, right? Now, that's just one thing from detoxing. Let's not talk about after I finished the detox last year, how Willow Smith slid in my DMs asking me for some jewelry during a Super Bowl. Let's not talk about that. And Angela Simmons. And Haley Bailey. Ariel, the real life Little Mermaid, Chloe's sister. I gotta, because this all goes back to the detox. Once I finished that detox, y'all can go to my Instagram page right now. I'm not lying. It was February, March, April, back to back to back. These celebrities hit me asking me for jewelry. And it was just, wow. I was like, wow. So detoxing is the way to get aligned with the Most High and tap into this abundant energy. Also a way of clearing the mind. You'll be tested. Now, I ain't gonna say it was easy. That was probably the hardest detox I ever had to do. Wow. And speaking of the news, I can't make this stuff up. Emergency alert system. Okay. Yeah, Spirit's like, listen. I hope y'all listening. All right. So this is the way to tap into abundance. Detoxing. I'm not saying you won't be tested. Ooh. I'm not saying you won't be tested in a weekly test. Come on now. Thank you, Spirit. I'm not saying you won't be tested. That was the hardest detox. Especially with my family, because they didn't fully understand. And it's okay. It's not for them to understand. But being around chicken, being around macaroni and cheese, being around Christmas dinner, being around gumbo, being around New Year's food, desserts, peach cobbler, in the midst of a juice fast where I'm only juicing papaya, cucumbers, grapes. That's it all day. Made me so strong, y'all. It made me so strong. Okay. So it was not easy. It was extremely hard. And I'm thankful for those hard times because they made me stronger. I'm thankful for having that food that I couldn't have, the temptation be placed right up in my face, and me having to stand firm in my discipline and know that no, I'm good. Thank you. No, thank you. Then being ostracized, right? Oh, you not eating no food. You still not eating. Oh my goodness. Vegan schmegan. You still detoxing. Yeah, I'm still detoxing. All praise is due to the Most High, okay? And I love my family dearly. I love my friends dearly. But some things aren't for people to understand, and I'm okay with that. That's something that I learned during this journey. They not gonna get it, and that's okay. It's not for them to get. Enjoy it for me. That's what I always say. Y'all enjoy it for me. In that year, I hate to say this, that year they all got sick. And I was the only person that didn't get sick. And I was like, wow. But that's a whole nother topic. Anyways, back to the detox and the abundance, okay? That health. All right. Ramadan, Lent fasting, analyzing things, and breaking past illusions, okay? Opening up your eyes, paying attention, being aware, being conscious of things, all right? I said the mother. So tapping into that mother essence, nurturing yourself, all right? That bird outside. Nurturing yourself, nurturing your family, nurturing your roots, nurturing your ancestors. Pour out a little liquor. I don't know why I just heard that. Pour your libations, okay? Pour some out for the homies, okay? Pour some out for Mother Earth, for the Heavenly Father, for Daughter Earth, for the universe, Big Mama, okay? All right. I said the Virgin, right? The Virgin, because Virgo is the Virgin. Pisces is Christ, right? It's that play, it's that balance, the mother and the sun. The mother, the moon, and the sun in Pisces. Tapped in today, y'all. Like I said, I'm detoxing. You know how I get when I detoxing. You know how I get. Too tapped in. All right. But yeah, the mother and the sun, the nurturing of the sun, illuminating things, the call to action, being called to heal yourself in this graceful way. Okay. I said healing from the mother wound as well. Like I said, we all have past trauma that needs to be addressed in some way or some form, whether it's coping with traumatic things by eating, stress eating, overeating. I used to do that a lot. Eat a whole bunch of chocolate cake, ooh, and ice cream. Yum, yum, yum. Right? When I'm feeling bad, feeling sad, address that. Right? Lashing out. Addictive ways, breaking these addictions, breaking these loops, these karmic cycles. For what? For the future. Okay? For that health, for your mental health, for the future generations. Okay? Being a revolutionary, being a revolutionist, the humanitarian, the shaman of the tribe. I always say this. I know I am the shaman of my tribe. I know this for a fact. come with these herbs, and you may be the healer of your family. You may be the enlightened one in your family. You may be the wisdom. You may come and speak your truth, the sword of truth, standing up for justice. This energy applies to anyone who is fighting for righteousness. Okay. It's not just secluded to one person. All right. It's just, this energy is for everyone, and everyone will feel it. Everybody will feel this eclipse energy in some way, in some form. All right. So standing up for what you believe in, standing up for what you know is true, standing up for the truth, justice. That's how you get the victory. All right. Yeah. Let me go down to some more notes. I said deep emotional cleanse in the revealing. I say that because eclipses, that's what they're known to do. Upheaval. All right. Climbing up that mountain, I'm getting the sense of someone climbing up a mountain. Their bones hurt, their muscles hurt. It's painful, but once you get to the top, it's the sense of peace. It's a sense of rest. It's a sense of you did it. It's a sense of congratulations. Okay. It was hard work climbing up the mountain, but you got up the mountain, goat. Being a goat, not the sheep. Taking our time as we climb this mountain and enjoying it, enjoying the view. Stop and enjoy the view. Look at how far you have come. Right? All right. Because if you're moving too fast, you might miss it. Like you in a car speed racing. Take your time. All right. I said expansion of the mind. Okay. Due to Jupiter being in Gemini at the 13th degree. Right. And it's a lot of opposition here because Jupiter ruling sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is opposite of Gemini. Jupiter is in Gemini. So getting in tune with that higher mind and thinking and analyzing things, the balance between the higher and the lower, the inner and the out, the light and the dark. This mutable energy, this mutable cross. And I say that because Pisces is on a mutable cross as well, right? Mutable meaning change. This is the crossover for the change. Pisces is mutable water. Virgo is mutable earth. Gemini is mutable air. Sagittarius is mutable fire. And all of this energy is being activated for change. Okay? I said the value of self, being grounded and being confident in yourself. What was hidden will now be revealed. Things that were in the dark will now be coming to light. I say that because Uranus is in Taurus and it's at the 24th degree. 24th degree is still attributed to Pisces. Okay. So that hidden self-value, this hidden power that dwells within, that hidden spiritual power that you have coming to light, clearing to come to light at this time. Okay. So being more confident in your unique self, being more confident in the value of yourself, the true value of yourself, not materialistic things, with your heart, with your mind, with your soul, with your spirit. Okay? Healing the mind, conscious and subconscious. Okay? I say that because Venus is retrograde in Pisces. No, Venus is retrograde in Aries. Mercury is retrograde in Aries. Is about to go retrograde. And Chiron is in Aries. Okay. So we have Venus, Mercury, Chiron, all in Aries. Venus is the values. Venus is the love. Okay. Mercury is the communication. Mercury is the mind. Chiron is the wounded healer. So healing the values of the mind. Aries, the start, the initiating, the initiative, the fire, the passion, the war. Some people may be going at war with themselves, war with their family, war with others for their true value. Like I said, fighting for justice or a spiritual warrior. Okay. Then we have Saturn, the Sun, North Node, Neptune, all in Pisces. All right. So Saturn is all about structure, discipline, patience, time, that father energy, that grounded, that Capricorn energy, right? Then we have the Sun there, focusing on that, illuminating that. The North Node, your soul, your spirit, your mission, your purpose. Then Neptune, the mystical things, the magical things, the imagination, the dreams, the future, the endings, the music, the play, right? So this is all about having structure and discipline when it comes to focusing on your soul mission. That's going to lead you to this spiritual abundance, to end out whatever things aren't working out for you at this time. All right. And that is focus on the first house and the 12th house. All right. That 112, 11-2. It's a lot of numerology I'm going to get into later. But the first house, the second house, the first house and the 12th house will be illuminated. And the 6th house and the 12th house will be highly illuminated, or wherever you have Pisces and Virgo in your chart. All right, this polarity, that mutable axis will be, I don't know, the energy is going to be doing this to those houses. All right, putting pressure on them houses, putting the pressure on the house, putting the pressure on the foundation. Okay. All right. I said deep purge before we get and go into spring. I said this is the final boss. The final boss. All right. The final piece. The last step. Pisces, the feet. Right? The final step that propels us to move the boat. The propellers that move the boat. All right. That boat, being in water, being on a ship, being in the flow, what's underneath. And I said that because I was looking at the chart. Right. And this is what the chart looks like. Like I said, a lot of energy in Pisces. You see Venus, Mercury, Chiron, and Aries. And then in Pisces, you see Saturn, the Sun, the North Node, Neptune, and Pisces. A lot of energy focused on this side. The left side, right? Spiritual side, the left side. But when I looked at the chart, it's like this energy at the bottom, subconscious, right? This bottom energy, the mind, the subconscious mind. These look like propellers. This looks like a boat to me, right? I said the propellers that move the boat. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. Stay strong. All right? Nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself. You deserve it. All right. I said emotional intelligence, balance with the subconscious mind, balance that masculine, that feminine energy. I said it looked like origami. Ooh, the sun is rising. Like peach. It looks like peach fuzz. Wow, apricots. Interesting. I said it looks like origami. You know, origami is things folding up to change. So things may be closing, chapters closing for change, right? I said it looks like a ship, a wedge. Then I started to turn it. That looks like a cheese wedge. This looks like a wedge. This looks like a piece, right? The piece to the puzzle. The last piece to the puzzle to take off, right? I said the L. It looks like an L. That blue line. What's the L? The Elohim, the awe, love, light, all right? Loyalty, life, living, learning. Okay, more L words. Drop them in the comments. All right. The Yod, because this is a Yod. And what is Yod? Yod is God, right? Divine notion, a triangle, a direct point of a triangle, the arrow, the bow, right? The bow shock. Ooh. That will come in and, like I said, this energy coming in to help us expand, to help us grow at this time. All right. I also said a private plane because it looks like a plane, paper plane. Let me turn it like this. Looks like a plane. Choo, coming in, gliding in. You know how paper planes just come in and glide? Eclipse. That's how the eclipse about to be. It's about to come in. All right, come on. Come on past things that no longer suit you or serve you. Things that don't resonate with you anymore. Come on. We're taking all this baggage. Getting all this baggage out of here. Come on, clear that subconscious mind, baby. This is the cleanse. This is the purge, right? Also coming in and swooping you up to protect you. Like that mother bird coming in to swoop and save her egg, save her young, right? The eagle, having a bird's eye view coming in, swooping in, the prey, right? So it's multiple entendres, multiple metaphors for the plane, for something coming in, gliding and swooping in, right? Then I said a divine alignment. I said it's time. I said wholeness. Okay, due to the way how this chart looks, it looks like two different triangles coming together, two different pieces coming together to make something whole. Okay, it looks like a tent opening. And when I think of tents, I think of going outside in nature, camping in the dark time, campfires. Gather around the campfire to listen to the ancestors, to listen to stories that have multiple meanings and will resonate with everyone differently, but it's all for a learning experience, it's all for elevation, it's all for growth, right? Then I said the 6 and the 12, the 6 and the 12, the 6 and the 12 kept popping up. Because if you, like the clock, right? Pisces is the 12th sign. Virgo is the 6th. And then that spirit showed me a clock and it rotated. And it was a divine line, divine alignment, right? Because if it's 6 o'clock, the little hand is on the 6th. The big hand is on the big hand is on the 12, right? Divine alignment, 6 o'clock. That's the sun rising. That's the sun setting. Vice versa. Equal day, equal night. this yin yang, this opening, this butterfly, this transformation, y'all. I'm about to start. Come on now. It's kicking in. All right. I said it's time. I said it's an open door, a portal for healing. This is time for healing. I said a tripod, tres, three. My ego said, let a nigga try me. Right? I said the bird, the butterfly effect, the butterfly wings, because it looked like butterfly wings. It looked to me, I got to show y'all now. To me, this looks like a butterfly with half of its wing out, and then the other wing is still in the cocoon. Right? I don't know if y'all can see. This looks like wings. This looks like it's still in the cocoon. So you're almost breaking free, almost there, preparing for flight, preparing for takeoff, right? I said, also, this transformation will anchor you in the future because it looked like an anchor. Like I said, that bottom energy, what's at the bottom of a boat, an anchor. That's what grounds it. Being grounded in your subconscious mind, being grounded in your emotions, having control over them so that way they don't have control over you. Okay. I also said lifting the anchor to take off, right? I said the universe, Big Mama, moving mountains, because this looks like 2 mountains. I said, I'm taking them along the ride with me today. I said, I got to have the chart out so they could see what I'm seeing. All right. I said, moving mountains with the mind, motion, other things that start with an M, a mirror. Okay. Because if you look slightly, it's like the same. Ooh, did y'all see that? The mirror, and then it cut off and then it showed the reflection. Come on now, y'all. Wow. I said the mirror because if you look slightly, it's mirroring this top one. This line is mirroring that line. So it's a mirror. It's a reflection, right? It's the silver mirror, right? And going back to the ancestors, all of their mirrors had a silver lining. This goes back to that whole vampires can't see their reflection. Lower vibrational entities can't see their reflection. They can't see themselves, their shadow. Can't see your shadow because you're not doing the work, because you're a lower vibrational entity. Okay. All right. So we're detoxing that parasite. Okay. Moving water. Okay. Moving your emotions. The women moving around. The women tapping in with the intuitions. My ears is ringing. Then I also said the E for emotions and breaking through the loop. Because when I started to look at it even more, it looked like a loop. It looks like what initially popped up was the meta loop. The meta. And I was like, what is meta? Besides them taking, Facebook and turning it into meta because they didn't want to get sued for that lawsuit. That's a whole nother video. But traditionally, the meta is the all. The meta is the universe. Metamorphosis is ever changing, right? The loop is ever changing. The cycle is ever changing, right? I said before and after and the beyond to reach higher. These were all definitions of meta. All right. All right. What else? I went over all of that. Okay. Then it was this 3, 6, 9, 12 energy, going back to that mutable cross. Manifesting, 3, 6, 9, manifestation time. And I love that because the 3, the 6, the 9 is 9. The 12 is 3. It's all goes back to 3, all goes back to 9. It all keeps going back into itself, keeps going back into itself. Go back into yourself to manifest, right? Okay. I said 2 different planes of existence, everything, everywhere, all at once. I said the quantum, a timeline, a omniverse, a multiverse, the metaverse, a mutable mirror. Okay. So this is just kind of going over what I said. This silver star, and I say that because the moon is attributed to silver. Shout out to Bedell, with the silver gate and the golden gate, the silver key and the golden key, opening up the silver gate and the golden gate, which goes back to the sun and the moon, the planetary alignments, okay, that are unlocking portals within the universe, literally, which unlock portals within our universe, within ourselves, dimensions within ourselves, as above, so below. Okay. Yeah, and then the prominent numbers were 33. Like I said, that death and that rebirth. The 6, because 3 and 3 is 6. 3 is that Empress energy, that knowing who you are. 13 is the death card in tarot. So the death for the rebirth. Then the 4 is the Emperor, tapping into your power. And you get that from having this rebirth, not holding on, just embracing it and letting it go. Okay? That's how you get into balance, that divine balance, that ma'at, that heart as light as a feather. Okay? All right. Then I did a meditation. So those are my notes. Okay. So I did my notes on the charts in the breakdown. Then I did my notes on what the chart looked like to me. Then I did a meditation. Okay. So we're going to tap into the meditation and what came to me. Soon as I started my meditation, I just seen a whole bunch of letters and it came in fast. So the first letter that I seen was Z, which is the last letter in the alphabet, right? So that's the end, right? The final, right? It's also the 26th letter in the alphabet, the 2 and the 6, the values of your health, the values of work, the value of analyzing things, loving what you do, right? And then the 2 plus 6 equals the 8. So tapping into your power, loving what you do to tap into your power, to tap into this transformation. Okay. Then the next letter that I seen was N. Ironically, N, the end, going in, right? And N is the 14th letter in the alphabet. And 14 is all about your self foundation. How are you grounded? Right? How are you nurturing yourself, balancing yourself, alchemizing yourself? And then the 1 and 4 is 5, which is change. The only thing that is constant is change. Okay? New things with the N, something new coming in. Then I seen the letter M, right? Going back to the meditation, the M, the movement, the mountains, the moment, being in the moment and being grateful, being thankful. All right. M is a 13th letter. 1 and 3 is a mind. How are you viewing your mind? How are you communicating with yourself? To be sturdy and confident in your foundation, because 1 and 3 is 4. 4 is a foundation. 4 is the culture. 4 is freedom. All right. Then I seen X. Right? Divine feminine energy. Xing things out. Letting things go. Releasing them to receive. Because divine feminine energy is sitting back and receiving. that darkness going within, right? And X is the 24th letter in the alphabet, the 2 and the 4. The values of the foundation, the value of nurturing yourself, valuing healing yourself, valuing the family, the ancestors, loving the ancestors, loving yourself, right? And then the 2 and the 4 is the 6, the health, the mother, all right? That Virgo energy, nurturing yourself, working, being of service, okay? The X-ray, going internal, releasing things, radiation. X is also in Roman numerals, the number 10. So the beginning, the ending of something to begin something new. Okay? Then I seen the letter V. Right? Victory. Victorious. Right? Not being a victim, being a victor. Okay? And V is the 22nd letter in the alphabet. 2. Right? So the value, the value, the value, the value, the value, the self-values, not of the material world. That's how they trick us. Our value comes from within, being secure with yourself. That's how you build up that foundation, that 4. That's how you build up the culture, the 4. That's how you get into this freedom, the 4. Being secure in who you are, being internally secure, not insecure. Being confident, right? Then I added up all of these numbers, 26, 14, 13, 24, 22. Guess what I got, y'all? And it blew my mind. I got 99. I said, oh, sookie. As we are in the year of the 9, right? What did I say? The wood snake, the worm moon, the worm hole, wormwood. I love it. Enlightenment of the wood, the foundation, right? The tree. Ooh. I'm excited. This is passion, y'all. I love doing this. This is so much fun. But yeah, I got 99. So something is most definitely coming to an end. Something is being born, reborn within us. And then the one thing, like I said, that's special about the 9, it always goes back into itself no matter what you add to a 9, it always go back into itself. So 9 plus 9 equals 18. 18 is all about going internal, tapping into that self-power, tapping into that intuition, tapping into the moon, tapping into the water, tapping into the flow, breaking through these illusions, right? For mental clarity. Then 1 and 8 equals 9. So it goes back to the 9, going back into yourself. This all goes back. Yeah, this all goes back into yourself, okay? Feed yourself, nourish yourself to tap into your power. Okay? 7:07 on the clock. All right now. Okay? Then I said, and these were just the letters that popped up. Okay, so all the letters popped up, and I was like, okay, now when it went into the X started to do this. It was going up and down like a butterfly. So that gave me a sense of we're getting our wings, this huge transformation, metamorphosis. Okay, we're all in different stages. We're all coming out of something to be reborn, to tap into this new rebirth energy. This eclipse, y'all, eclipse, Xing things out. Something gonna come in fast and change your life and elevate you for your greatest good, for your highest good. Okay? All right. And I put the butterfly and everything it embodies. So the butterfly effect, the journey of the butterfly, that caterpillar from being in the cocoon, from being patient, because they have to be still when they're in that cocoon. You have to be still. And then they just don't break free. Oh, I'm free. Yay, I can fly. No. They break free slowly, one wing at a time. Patience, taking their time. Then once they break free, their wings have to expand. That takes time. Then they fly. Okay? Okay, so I said the ripple effect, the one drop in the water being the change. Okay? The current, the frequency, the flow. All right, into the ocean, into the sea. To see. Okay? My ears was ringing during the meditation. My ears been ringing this whole time. So paying attention to divine messages that you're getting at this time. I feel like there's going to be a lot of revelations. There's going to be a lot of spiritual messages that we all get. A lot of dreams being enhanced during this time. Pay attention to those. Write everything down. Then I seen a cube, a box. Then it turned into a overhead view, and I could see like the corner of the box, and it looks like a cross. All right. So it's like breaking free of the box to cross over. Okay. Looking at it from a different perspective at this time. Okay. Then I said a dandelion, because I seen a wish dandelion. Wow, 111. Wow, it was 11111 on the clock when I said that. The dandelion, after it shedded all of its petals, it begins to get these white feathers, white wish things. I seen that. I like to call them wishy things because I don't know what they call, but it's called a dandelion. But it's like the rebirth of the dandelion. Ooh, got chills. Yes. And that always symbolizes making a wish. We all get those dandelions and we make a wish even as a kid, and we'll blow to release, to send it out into the ethers. Okay. A star, wishing on a star. All right. Close your eyes and make a wish. Then spirit brought me back to the dandelion. Dandelion. Den with the lions. The den of the lion. Being in a den with a lion. And coming out unscathed, coming out untouched due to this unwavering faith that you have with the Most High. Okay? And then I was just looking at some things and looking up things, and it gave me a sense of like this endless knot. The endless knot is, like I said, that loop. Tapping in with the Most High, being one with the Most High. And this web, this interconnectivity, the mycelium network, the networks, the neurons in our brains, the internet, the global web, the Van Allen belt, right? The aura, this magnetic field, the quantum field, the macro and the micros, unlimited possibilities when you go within and tap into yourself and nourish yourself. And it's all about releasing these things to free ourselves so we can be free to fly as high as we want, soar where we want to go where we want to go. That's what our spirit wants. Our spirits want to be freed. Free spirit. Okay? So this is all about tapping into releasing, tapping into your health, mentally, physically, emotionally, to ascend and be one with yourself, be one with the all. And we're going to see some magical, mystical things happen at this time, okay? So yeah, that was my energy reading. in my breakdown for this full moon in Virgo, lunar eclipse, blood moon, okay, worm moon. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to share this video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace, love, and light.